What's going on, guys? Kyger here. Today we're going to talk about the Lancer, and I have a very fun one-shot combo that you can try out in PvP, also really good against single target bosses. Now, this ignores whatever your second class is. You can obviously use something like Priest or even Marksman to get a bigger crit buff. Marksman's also very good for crit and attack. Even just having it active, you will have 10% crit as well. Now, first, let's talk about this is what I came up with for the PvE build. And Confusion right here does good damage. Sky Rush right here is a good gap closer, as well as giving you that pierce rate, which is very, very important, and your two nukes. This one right here is a very good teleport. You can't really target it at all, which is unfortunate, but it's very quick. It is a gap closer. It's very nice. This one right here, you can target if you hold to charge. You only have to do it for a little bit to get that HP reduction and movement speed reduction, which are very, very key. But if you hold it during the entire thing, then you're going to do a lot of damage. Now, which we'll talk about with PvP in a moment. People can dodge this. It has a very big area of effect, but it's very dodgeable, and that's going to be important. Then we go into the PvP, and really the only skill that's changing here is the knockup right here, Dragon Shadow Strike. What is important to mention about this fourth skill right here is it says if it hits a player, it knocks them up. So if they're immune to knockup, they're going to ignore that part, but they will take the massive damage, HP heal reduction, as well as slow. So now let me run you through my test. This is just the full rotation. Now, you saw me use the skill right there, but it did not record that fourth skill. What we're doing is we're using 3 Fire Echo plus Sakura. Sakura primarily because she gives you a pierce rate and a 2-second stun. This is very, very good in a one-shot scenario. It's not good in a prolonged fight, but if you're doing a very quick fight, Sakura is very good, especially with your Sky Rush giving you pierce as well. As we'll see, this is the 4.2, and if we look right here, I did it one more time, 4.3. You know, there's always a little bit of thing. Maybe a fairy does one more auto attack, you never know. But 4.3, and then that fourth skill takes too long to charge up that it doesn't really record that, and that's where this comes in. 1.2 million, and if we ignore everything else from like fairies, basic attacks and such, we're looking at 980,000 just from that right there. Now let's go over in game and talk to you about the build. Alright guys, I have swapped over to my character, and I have made some changes for another build that I'm working on very shortly, but I'm just going to explain what's going on and what you want to look out for. As far as equipment, you're going to want to get damage increase, crit, and break. Block has become much more powerful after I believe it was 1.28 change where they made stats a little bit different. So break is a lot more valuable than it used to be. They used to tell you to ignore that because if you crit, you ignore block. That is no longer the case. So you do need some break in your damage abilities. Now we are looking at not a 4 fairy. We are looking at 3 and where's she at? Sakura. So these are the ones I have access to right here. If you have access to it yourself, you can take out Chestnut Rose and put in Exoria. That would be very, very powerful. And I specifically want it in that order where it's those two on that side, and then the other two on the right side. The reason being, you want to be able to use Euphoria at the same time that you use Sakura, and Sakura is part of your one-shot combo. That would ideally be on the Lance, as you see up top, which were swapped. As I said, I'm doing a different build, so I changed weapons in different orders, but you would have, it doesn't matter if you have Lance on primary or secondary weapon, you just want to make sure that those two fairies are on your Lance weapon. We're doing fire here because of the crit rate crit damage, as well as block ignore, allowing us to do more damage to our targets. Obviously level 1 holy for more attack, pierce, and block ignore, which are all kind of powerful things that we're looking at. You can do a high level holy echo, but as we're going to see, there are a bunch of crit multipliers going on. You can also do more than what I'm showing you, because most of my stuff is for tank build, so this is the highest amount I can do as DPS build with what I have. I don't have enough things to swap to DPS from tank. Most of my stuff is primarily tank. So as far as wills, these I haven't messed with them really. They're mostly here for stats and stuff. What you're looking for on the cores is you're trying to get as much slaughter as possible. Theoretically, what you're looking for are 2 level 6 slaughters, which will be level 12, and 2 level 6 fierce attacks, which will be 12 as well. If you can't make that happen, let's say all of your stuff are 5s, that's fine, 10 and 10. If you are missing a fierce attack, you can slot in a rigidity, so you can survive a little bit longer in some PvP aspects. But if you're going for the one shot, the 10 and 10, the 10 and 10 or 12 and 12 is really what you want to be at. As far as down here, remaining ashes, you want all 4 of this. When you trigger fierce attack, you're going to make them go under 60%, especially as part of the burst. That will then trigger this, giving you a bunch of crit rate crit damage, which fire also gives you a bunch of crit rate crit damage, allowing you to go straight through. If you're having trouble critting and you're unable to make crits work for you, I suggest going to full holy and then doing full soul hunt. Where's that? Right here, soul hunt. If they are CC'd, you deal more damage to them. During the entirety of our one-shot combo, they're going to be CC'd, so you are going to have damage. It's just a lower percentage bonus than doing the full remaining ashes with good crit rate crit damage. Now the last thing real quick are what are the classes that go well with it. As I said, marksman right here. For at the very bottom, character gets 10% crit rate, as well as it gives you access to never miss. You can never miss, swap to Lancer, even though you used it on marksman, it is still active during that time frame right there. And then you go into Lancer and do your one-shot combo. Very similarly, you can do that with Priest and where's that? Star Blessing, which will give you attack and crit rate. So, but if you're not doing crit, you can go Sword, Gladiator, and that will give you more CC, which goes into that soul hunt, allowing you to really push your damage. If you're unable to get crits on your opponent, let me know down below if this helped you all out, and get the one-shotting.